So it's like I'm always lasering in on that one attractor field anyway. And once I nail that, I don't care what somebody says or their actions. Eventually, like you can't put on a mask, quote unquote, forever. That's why in Christianity, as Christ taught, you know them by their fruits, and that is true.
Mhm.
But there's a time lag there. It might be a while before you actually see the fruits that tree is producing.
Right.
Given enough time, you will. So that is a good
Mhm.
axiom. And before the whole scale of consciousness thing or the calibration of such, that was the teaching, the spiritual teaching that was taught out there was you know them by their fruits. But there's a time lag. But um, so it's like I don't care what people say. I don't look at a person. Like that's another thing. I like we were actually talking about this earlier as well. Is that like your EPs and your IJ wiring is to always focus on things. So like general behaviors, general things that happen in the world, like things. While like the IPs and the EJs are always focused on the person. And I always found that to be kind of a waste of time to focus on the person. First off, that's kind of like um, putting a person, saying that a person can never change. People change all the time. I've changed many times in
Mhm.
my life, as you and probably everybody listening to this have changed to some degree in some manner. Um, but it's the overall things which come out of an energy field. I've found that is non-linear. It's like essence. That's what it is. It's essence. It's context to which everything comes out, manifest out of such. Um, and yeah, so I don't care what any TDP never bothers me. I've been initially I grabbed the wrong pattern about a couple of ENTPs I could think of before, and then eventually as time progressed, like you, the laser was put on the right target, and then not shortly after or as time progressed, you saw the fruits that were coming out of this, and you're like, all right, so my intuition was correct. I just needed to put it in the right spot.
Mhm.
Um, uh, so yeah, ENTPs they could talk all day because I'm not listening to the words anyway. I am, but I'm focusing in on something deeper because I know that the structure can change as the magnetic field changes. But you, while the magnetic field is not easy to identify initially, um,
Mhm.
like given enough time, if you don't have an attachment to holding on to a certain energy, so to speak, a certain pattern, it
Mhm.
unveils itself. Like um, while I have been hoodwinked in the past by the wolf in sheep's clothing, like um, if you can grab that correct pattern, you can see, hey, this is not a sheep. There's something it's wearing a sheep's um, clothing, and that's been very difficult in my life, even up into this point, is to explain, hey guys, things come out of an energy, it comes out of an essence. It's because there's no structure there to the fruits, to it bears fruits, but that can take some time. Like you might that might be too late the way I look at it by the time the fruits come about. But
Mhm.
I've tried many times to explain, hey, there's a certain energy here. Look at the energy. Stop listening to the words. Like um,
Mhm.
because most people are on a very, to my observation thus far, are on a very surface level kind of thing where you can, they're focused so lasered in on the content, not the context. They don't care about the energy. They're looking at the surface level um, kind of deal, and it's hard talking to people like without because you know in the back of your mind if I go too far with this there it's going to make me look like the jerk that I'm being judgmental or
Mhm.
whatever, but there's something I'm seeing here and I don't know how to articulate yet, and by the time you see it from the content wise from the fruits it bears, it might be a little too late. So But yeah, at this point, I'm learning the lesson as life beats me up is to um truly surrender it to God anyway, because it's His creation, and things have to play out in a certain way. Um,
Hmm.
that not everybody sees the world the way I see it, and not everybody um, has that laser and focuses in on a certain level of reality. Um, and yeah.